I am Sue Webley. Welcome to another episode of Inspire. Ooh, listen, I'm here, but you can't see me. You're going to see me in a minute. Here I am. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I'm so excited to be with you for another episode of Inspire. I see you coming in on social media. I see you coming in on YouTube and on Facebook and LinkedIn and on Instagram. Let me wave hi to the Instagram people. Hey, y'all. You see me going like this. Instagram is on that screen. And so it's so good to have all of you join us on this second Saturday of Black History Month, even though we know Black History Month is 365, 24/7, right? It's every single day of the year. Do me a favor as you are coming in. Shout yourself out. Let me know where you're watching from, where you're joining us from, and also share with your family, share with your friends. We are continuing our series this month on Black excellence, and we want everybody to join us. If you're just kind of coming on, you don't know who I am, you don't know what the show is about, you stumbled upon it this morning, I'm glad to have you. I am your host. I'm Sue A. Webley, an author, producer, an award-winning minister, and the founder of Kara Solutions, which is a full digital service agency that helps individuals and organizations navigate the virtual space with confidence. And so Inspire, what you're watching right now and what you'll catch in the replay, it's a live interview style broadcast that is on a mission to encourage, empower, and embolden individuals to create change in their personal lives, their communities, and in the world. And so as our fabulous guests, as our guests come on and they share their testimonies, they share their tips, they share their tools with us, we hope that you are inspired to elevate your mindset, to pursue your dreams, and to do, as the late Dr. Katie Geneva Cannon put it so eloquently, the work your soul must have. Again, we are live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, and I want you to want to invite you to connect, follow, like, and subscribe. So do me a favor, for the time that we are on Facebook and Instagram, I want you to follow me at Inspire with Sue W. Give me a follow over there. If you are on a YouTube channel at Kara Solutions LLC right now, and you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, I'm going to ask that you do that today. And also you can head over to our website at www.getinspired.live. There you can watch all of our previous episodes. You can find out more about the show. And if you are so inclined, you can also sign up to be on Inspire, and you can join our mailing list. We want to stay connected with you. We don't want you to miss anything that's happening with Inspire and the Inspire Network. So please go ahead and subscribe. So I want to shout some of you out. You know the question I asked, and I will ask our fabulous guest when she comes on. But listen, hey, Pastor Joyce, I knew you was going to be here. I knew it. I just said to Miss Royce, I said, I know Pastor Joyce is going to be here to support her sister. And I see you tagging people. Good morning to you. What are you sipping on? What you sipping on? Hey, Wonston, it's so good to see you. Good morning, good morning. I see Candy Cane. I am just see that's a cute name. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on Instagram. I Bloom Energy. We just followed each other recently. Kansas City, Missouri. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Onyx, and all of you who have joined us on Instagram. What are y'all sipping on? Hey, Sheila Hill. What you sipping on this morning? So y'all know if you join me any amount of time, you know I got coffee in my cup. It is not mushroom coffee this morning. I love the mushroom coffee, and I refuse to say the name because I'm not getting those advertising dollars. Okay, but it is coffee in my cup with some almond caramel creamer, and I'm drinking my Inspired Change tumbler. Listen, let me know if you want a tumbler. If you're interested, I want to bring back some of my swag. So let me know. Let me know where are you watching from? What are you sipping on? Is it water? Is it tea? Is it juice? Is it a fabulous smoothie? And listen, if it's something stronger, I'm not judging. Because some of us need something stronger. Amen. So let me take a sip. Go ahead and shout yourself out. My sis Angie Harvey, North Carolina, is in the house. Good morning to you, dear sister. It is so good. It's so good to see. I see y'all coming in. Thank you so much. Do me a favor again and share it out. Share it with your family and friends. Tell them Inspire is on and we want them to join us. Listen, we're giving away a copy of a book today. Hey, Chuck Hunt. Royce Martin is giving away a copy of her book, and so we don't want you to miss it. We had a winner last week for Reverend Derek Terry's book, and so we want you to also join the giveaway for our book today. Let me just set that up because I did not do that. So allow me a minute to set that up. Y'all know what to do. Put hashtag Inspire in the chat, so that you'll be entered into the drawing to win a book. So we're not going to belabor the time. You know how they say in the church, we're not going to belabor the time, and they do belabor the time. Every time they say it, you know it's going to be longer. Whenever they put belabor, that's at least another hour. But we are not going to belabor the time. We're going to get into our conversation with the amazing Royce Martin. And so let me let you know a little bit about our guest today. Royce is a powerhouse, right? Of resilience, of wisdom, and transformation. Her story is one that demands to be heard. Raised in Topeka, Kansas, she endured unimaginable trauma, years of incarceration, and battles with mental health. But instead of letting her past define her, she chose to rewrite her story, which is why she's perfect for Inspire. Now an HR leader, sports official, mentor, and author, Royce is living proof that second chances exist and that healing, redemption, and success are possible no matter where you start. In her book, which she's going to talk about today, From Whence I Came, Better Not Bitter, she takes us on a deeply personal journey of overcoming pain, breaking generational cycles, and stepping into a life of purpose. And so we're going to be talking about resilience, faith, Black excellence, and what it truly means to live with purpose today. And as we prepare to meet Royce, y'all know I had to pull a clip from her social media. So this is one of her Monday morning clips. And here she is talking about standing on business.
Today I want to talk to you about standing on business. There's a time to laugh and play, joke around, and just genuinely let things go. However, there's also a time to stand on business. If you are being wronged, speak up. If somebody is trying to cheat you out of something, speak up. If our world is continuing to try to take from us, you got to stand on business. Do not allow anybody to talk to you any kind of way. disrespect you in any kind of way and talk down to you. Stand on business and make sure that you are getting accomplished the things that you need and want to get accomplished.
Hey, stand on business and make sure that you are getting accomplished the things that you want to get accomplished. Good morning to you, Miss Royce Martin.
Good morning, Sue. Wow. Thank you for that incredible introduction. What an honor to be sitting here with you. I'm speechless for about 2 seconds here. Wow.
Well, it is my joy to have you join us and to introduce you to the Inspire audience. And I know we talked about shouting out Pastor Joy, so we're definitely going to shout her out right now because she's responsible for you being on Inspire. She introduced us, and I'm like, yes, that is everything that you're about, Miss Royce Martin, is definitely Inspire material. So shout out to you, Pastor Joyce. I know you're gonna do your own shout out. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, sis. Good morning. My big sis, my one and only blood biological sister, Pastor Joyce L. Radden. Praying for you this morning. Thank you so much for this incredible introduction. And God has got us. So keep on. In more ways than you know, you continue to inspire me. So thank you, sis.
Oh, this is so good. I see all of you coming in. Pastor Joyce says speechless. What? But look, Angie. So Angie says that I'm impressed that she can talk while running. Listen, while I was watching it, I said, I said I need to get my answer pumped so I can walk and talk. Anyway, no, but that is a skill, right? But that comes from training. That comes from training. Not all of us can speak while running. And so, yes, it's Angie. See, y'all bigging me up now. I told Miss Wright's already tried to start before we went live to try to get me to cry. Y'all not gonna do it.
Come on.
Not today. I tell people I'm vain. I don't want to mess my makeup up on the live. Miss Royce, what are you sipping on this morning?
Ooh, I'm gonna tell you this morning. It is all about the water. Yes, it is. Yeah. Water is in the spirit of things that keep us fresh and clean and whole. And the significance of this particular bottle, okay, it says AAO.
Let me put you so we can see it. Yeah.
It is the baby brother of the family's bodybuilding company. He has helped transform people not only physically, but mentally into the beings that they are on worldwide stages. And right now, after the death of my mother, our mother, he is struggling. So I ask for you to pray for him as I continue to drink this water every day, all day, and please keep him lifted. So
we definitely will. Thank you for sharing that with us. So we're here to talk about you, talk about your life, and talk about this amazing book, From Whence I Came, Better Not Bitter. Better
Yes.
Not Bitter. Let me put you in solo layout again so they can see the book. Again, you can win a copy of this book. Just put Inspire, hashtag Inspire. But of course, you know how we do. We want to make sure that you're also supporting. So I'm going to put this link in the chat because I want you to buy a copy of the book. I want you to buy a copy. We want to support each other. We believe in supporting each other here in Inspire. So that link is in the chat right now if you desire to buy a copy of the book for yourself or for a friend. But again, you could definitely join in on our giveaway today so that you can win a copy of the book. So let's get into our conversation today. Your story, and they'll hear little bits of it, right, as we have our conversation. But it is one of incredible strength and transformation. And, you know, what was the moment, Mr. Royce, that made you decide, like, I have to tell my story?
Great question, Sue. So spending many, many years in the abyss of hell, and we'll get into that, I had begun to write down what caused me to be where I ended up. And the final decision was when I had the opportunity to become free, and I put that in quotes because in order to be free, you have to understand that you have to let go of the things that held you in bondage.
Mm-hmm.
And when I returned home, Sue, the very people who I thought had my back, who loved me, who supported me through this journey, there was another set of betrayals. And that was when I decided the world has got to know that, number one, I'm assuming a lot of you have been through this, but are either afraid or don't want to share or live in the dark. I got to bring this to the light.
Mm.
It was the defining moment when I had to sit there face to face with my matriarch, who has passed recently, God rest her soul, and to have her pour her heart out of the things that she was unable to do for me. And that's when I decided I have to share with the world. This is the time. Yes.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that. So you were incarcerated
Yes, ma'am.
for over 11 years. Can you share a little bit about that journey?
Wow. Growing up in a family that was very strict, very private, very what happens in this house stays in this house. And I'm assuming a lot of people have experienced that. We had to put on the facade, get out here and be the show, be the churchgoers, be the athletes, be the smart students. And all along, Sue, I was crumbling inside. A very horrific thing happened to me at the age of 12 under the guise of the church. And I had to face that on my own. There was no counseling. There was zero support. There was zero understanding. And it set off a spiral of bad decisions, all guised in the smartness of my education. And so fast forward many, many years, I ended up almost hurting someone, so much so that they could have lost their life. And it took me behind bars. And I thought that was the end. I thought it was the end. And 11.4 years, I had to figure out who I am and who I am supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so, it started with a counselor, and I want to share this with you all, who I was court appointed to see, and I was going through the motions because, see, I had the gift of gab. I had the ability to be able to schmooze it over.
Mm-hmm.
I had the ability to make people see that it wasn't me. It wasn't me. In reality, Sue, it was. And it was because I was carrying this luggage from the age of 5 forward with zero ability to be able to figure out how to let it go for real. Not in pieces, not in splices and places. So I want to read a small excerpt from my journey, all right? And by the way, I am holding the book that I autographed for my mother, who I get to keep it with me so that she could understand that it was because of her inability that I have the ability, all right? So it starts in the Time to Get Serious chapter, and I really want you all to support my works. I was going to this court-appointed counselor, and this particular day I walked in, sat down, and she never turned around from her desk. My response was the usual banter, and she peeked over her shoulder, which infuriated me. And I said, "So you're not going to turn around today?" She said, "Why should I? You're just going to fluff through it anyway." Appalled, confused, frustrated, I said, "What the hell does that mean?" Risking going to segregation for cursing at her, I scoffed and rolled my eyes. She said, "You have 2 choices. You can sit here and pretend to do the work and go back out there and be exactly the same, or you can get busy unraveling the pain and hurt and bullshit of your life so that you can re-enter the world as a new person. And so I leave you with that so that you can jump in. That is when, Sue, I began to truly, truly do the work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to drop all the walls. I had to drop the pretense. I had to drop the facade. And we worked and we worked and we worked day in and day out for 5 years.
Wow.
For me to acknowledge the people that hated me enough to put me in the situations that I was in, for me to acknowledge that truly people were doing the best that they knew how to do. And that is truly when my life began to unfold.
Thank you for sharing that. So because this is so good. And so what's coming up for me is how often we get stuck in places, right? We get stuck in the hurt, the harm, the trauma, and we hold on to. Some people even hold on to these things like as a, maybe not as a badge of honor, but as something like, this happened to me, and so I'm going to use this thing that happened to me as an excuse not to be better.
Yes.
Why do we do that?
Because it's easier. It's easy to wallow in the pain of yesterday than to focus on our forward and today. You don't know me. You don't understand me. I've been through this. I've been through that. So therefore, I get a pass on all of my mess. And that's why we hold on to it. And so I had to unravel. And when I say unravel, Sue, I mean start from the beginning. From the first time I was violated at the age of 5. And I'm talking by a grandmother's nephew. I had to look back at that. See, that's what we do. We stuff it. We stuff it. And we think we're bold enough and big enough and strong enough to just push through. In reality, we are not. We have to acknowledge that spade for that spade. And we have to call it that and work through that piece by piece by piece. And so that's why we do it. We stuff it because it's ugly. We stuff it because we don't want people to judge us more so than they already are. We stuff it because it's what we've been taught to do. And I couldn't stuff it any longer. I couldn't. It was a burst of river that grew into ocean, that grew into the masses of those tsunamis that swirl the water in our heart, our minds, our souls, and our spirits. And every day I looked the people in the eye, figuratively, and gave them what they deserved. And I needed to do that. I cried and I cried. And it was from the depths of the abyss of hell that I cried. Whew. So
if you just joined us, all right. You just joined us. We are speaking with the amazing Miss Royce Martin, who is the author of From Whence I Came, Better Not Bitter. She is sharing her incredible journey with us and sharing about the book with us. And if you have a question for Miss Royce, please go ahead, put it in the chat. We will make sure that she has the opportunity to respond to those questions before we end our time together today. Thank you again for joining us, Royce, and for sharing yourself with us and the inspired audience today. So you grew up in church.
yes.
Right? And you referenced some of this church hurt.
Woo. Yes, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into that. Can we talk a little bit about your experience growing up in church and navigating hurt while coming up in the church? And then I want to talk about how your faith
Yes.
enabled you
Okay.
to get through all of that. So let's talk about
Ooh,
your
all
experience.
right. So we were the working family. We had to be there before everyone. All right. We went to Shiloh Baptist Church. I'm going to name it because it's still very critical and important to my story. Topeka, Kansas, 12th and Buchanan. And the Martin children were always the ones putting up the fans, getting the microphones ready. We were even pianists and had to lead the Sunday morning worship. And it was not a place of joy for me. It was a job that I hated, that I had no choice doing. And within those walls, I got to see at a very, very early age just how manipulative and non-transparent the deacons and the people in charge were, and how they would disguise their ability to pray for you, to prey on you. I said it, folks, it's happening in our ecumenical communities right now today. And our parentals knew that these people would take care of their children, when in fact, they were the very ones that were hurting me. And so, woo, I'd listen to the pastors preach and the pastor's wife play the organ, and there would be this spirit brewing in me at a very, very young age. You phony, you phony. But how do you say that? How do you speak up for yourself when you're taught that children are to be seen and not heard? And Sue, this was week after week after week after week. And then mom would come and get us, and we'd spend the afternoon in a Church of God in Christ setting, where I found out years later that the pastor was praying on my mother. What in the world? And the jumping and the dancing and the beat of the rhythm and the spirit was all a ploy to keep you drawn in. That was my experience with church. Because we were taught, Sue, that that's where we are in the building. We weren't being taught about God. No, we weren't. We were taught of being in this family, in this building is where you need to be. Woo-wee, boy, was that ever wrong. My spirit, and I'm going to answer your question about faith. I lost it briefly. I'm going to tell you, because people say, my faith is strong as a mustard seed. No, it was buried so deep, so deep. Because how could a God allow what was happening to me continue to happen? And so that faith had to come from the glue of the foundation of forgiveness. And that's where I began to unravel what faith really meant for me. Under the guise of the elders, the people were supposed to trust, the constituents of a God that loves us more than anything, I had to unravel piece by piece by piece in the space of forgiveness. That scripture says, forgive them, Lord, for they not know what they do. Oof. And so there it is. My faith has begun to grow in the unraveling of the mess, in the understanding that what happened to me was not right. I don't have to own that. And I don't have to carry that there are people out here who mean to do you harm. And when you know that, your spirit of discernment can get ready like Wonder Woman and block all of that, Sue. Block it so it doesn't enter your space and place. However, you have to do the work. And so my faith looks up to thee today, because I stand here resilient and strong and knowing that God brought me through all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I have to, I would like for you to kind of talk about this process of forgiveness.
Okay.
There are many of us, including myself,
Mm-hmm.
who are listening today, who will catch this in replay, that have experienced trauma connected to the church, right? Or
Yes.
connected to an individual where the church failed us, right? Especially as Black women, um, coming up in I was raised Mormon, and it still happened, right? So it's prevalent in the Black church, but it happens in other churches too. So let me just say that. But of course, the Black church is our context. What was that? And aside from the church, like going outside of the church, many of us are still struggling in the areas of forgiveness, things that have been done to us and said to us, and circumstances we have been placed in, and we're finding it really hard to move beyond. What is that process of forgiveness? What does that look like? How can we do like you did and break free?
Well, first of all, I do not wish on anyone what I went through. I'm going to say that up front because that's where it started for me. It's a process, Sue, every day. I have to wake up, thank my higher power for another day, thank him for breath, thank him for the ability to be able to be stronger than some, thank him for those lessons that are now blessings. And every morning when I'm doing my I love you, Mama. I miss you. I continue to forgive you. That is the foundation for me to work through that. I had to look her in the eye and say to her, you failed me. You let me down. I needed you to be here for me, and you weren't. And that's what it is every day for me. I look out here at individuals who I rely on. I sure do, because I want people in my world to lift me. I want them to stand on my neck, to do better, to stay better. I want people in my life to say, no, you were wrong for that. And so I look that thing every day in the eye and operate in that space of forgiveness. So God has given me a new assignment, Sue, because I asked for the assignment to take care of my mother. I sure did. If you allow me to get out of these walls, I will never allow her to go through the hurt that she went through that couldn't protect me. And he gave me that assignment. And God rest her soul, she passed away October 2024 of Alzheimer's. That disease is worse than any disease. I'm going to tell you about that thing. And for 4 years, my baby brother Richard and I went through that path with her. And I had to say, I asked for the assignment. You want me to protect her from this? When she didn't protect me at all. And every day, Sue, I looked her in the eye and I said, I got you. I will not allow the world, Medicare, and we can go on and on and on, to lessen your ability to have been a great spirit in this world. So pushing through, I say to people, whether it be a picture, whether it be a dartboard, whether it be a counselor, whether it be a confidant that truly understands what you went through, you have to look that thing, that person, that energy in the eye, and you have to want to drop it at the foot of the cross and leave it there. That's the only way you're going to be able to push through. And you can't let it niggle on your shoulder here. You cannot allow that thing to fester in your spirit so much so that it leaves you crippled in your pain. I wanted to be free. I want to be free every day, Sue. I continue to enlighten, inspire, and empower others to be free through my message. I don't want to make it.
We're so grateful that you're here sharing that message today. We're so grateful that you're sharing that message today. We're going to take a really quick break for you to get a sip of your water. Let some of that good stuff marinate, and we will be right back with some more amazing conversation with Miss Royce Martin. Thank you for joining us today. So grateful that you have joined us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Want to invite you to connect, follow, like, and subscribe. We are at Inspire with Sue W on Facebook and Instagram. If you're on our YouTube channel, Cara Solutions LLC, and you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, I invite you to do that today. Just look for Cara Solutions LLC, and you will find a way to subscribe. But also, I want to invite you to head over to our website at www.getinspired.live. There you can watch all of our previous episodes, find out a little bit more about the show, and you can subscribe to our newsletter, our email newsletter. We want to stay connected with you. We don't want you to miss anything that's happening with Inspire and the Inspire Network. And to do that, we need your email address, right? So, and listen, we don't know how long social media and the internet. We don't know how long Facebook and Instagram and all of that stuff. How there's been mass exoduses to other platforms, and so we do want to remain connected with you, even if you're not on Facebook and Instagram. And so please do us a favor, head over to the website www.getinspired.live. If you or someone you know is on a mission to create change while inspiring others to do the same, we do want to hear from you. We want you to join us in conversation on the future episode of Inspire. Again, you can head over to the website at www.getinspired.live. You can book your appearance right on our website. So if you go on our website, it says be our guest. You could go ahead and fill that form out, and a member of our team will get back to you to schedule your interview. So yeah, if it's you or someone you know, go ahead and fill that form out today. Now, I always do this anytime we have a broadcast. Pastor Yanni, Reverend Yanni, the Peace Pastor, however our dear sibling, Ayana Davis, needs a kidney donor. She's in search of potential donors who are fairly healthy, who have the blood types A or O, and who have the courage to commit to surgery and help save her life. And she would love to share the safety measures with you. If you're interested in a conversation with Yanni and her family, please contact them at peacepeopleinc@gmail.com, or you can head over to EmeryLivingDonor.org, fill out the survey, and enter her name, Ayana Davis. If you're in a position where you might know of some resources, you might know of an organization that can help her, please reach out. Please reach out. Let's do this thing in community together. Let's take care of our own. And again, thank you for joining us today. We're going to get back in some amazing conversation with Royce Martin. Welcome back.
Thank you, Sue. So honored to be here. I want you to know that. Thank you for all you're doing for our community, our Black women, our voices, our ecumenical spaces, getting the word out here. Prayers for Miss Yanni. Woo! Thank you.
Yes, sis. It is my joy to do so. And we are definitely lifting up Yanni. She is such a light and obedient to the call on her life. Let's just put it that way.
Yes.
And pushing through and doing what she believes the divine has called her to do. And we do things in community. We believe in the village here. And so surely working together, we can help her get this kidney that she so desperately needs, while believing the divine for her healing as well.
Amen.
So again, if you have a question for Miss Royce, please post it. I will make sure that she has the opportunity to answer that question before we leave each other today. So your book, Miss Royce, it isn't just about survival, right?
Correct.
It's about thriving. What would you say? What does the phrase "better, not bitter" mean to you?
Ooh, when I came up with the title, so the "From Whence I Came" part first is very important, because it's that spiritual. From whence I came, we are supposed to be in the land of everything church, everything praise ye the Lord, and whoo, that's from whence I came. And to be better, not bitter, I'll reiterate it, is I had to drop that luggage at the foot of the cross. That's what the better is for me. Not repeating the same mistakes now that I know better, because I have to inherently continue to do better. That is a model for me. Every day I wake up with the continence of 1% better every day. Ooh, because if you take it in lumps and you miss the mark, then you feel like you failed and you fall. And so you have to start all over again. Take that thing little bit by little bit by little bit by little bit, so that when you awaken, you are so ready to do that thing one more time and get it 1% better. And so that's what better is for me, not living in yesterday, not taking the people who have continued to harm me, who have continued to try and make me feel like I am less than. I stay better because you needed me. And I have to remember that too, Sue. A lot of times we are called to be champions for everybody else. And when I have needed others, they haven't been there. This is not in a specific anyone, anything. It's in a general tone that throughout this holidays, the space and place of being left on this earth without our matriarch. I had to navigate through that every day in many, many pockets of aloneness. And so I am better today because I can continue to want to push through that thing. I'm going to tell you this, and people are going to be like, what? I need my Father to love on me. That's all I need. I want the rest of the world to be at peace, to love on each other, to celebrate and acknowledge the joys, the triumphs, the challenges that others are going through. Mm-hmm. I get nothing in return to say good morning, have a blessed and wonderful day, because I mean it. When I ask you, how are you doing? I wait for an answer. Did you know about that lazy listening? How you doing? And keep it walking, right? Wait a minute. Did you ask me a question? I am better today for stopping and paying attention to others around me that may not have their voice, that something that I've said or done or my light continues to lift them. I'm better for that. And that's where I choose to live.
That's some good stuff. Thank you for sharing all of that, Ms. Royce. There was a question about where to purchase the book. I did put that link inside of the chat. So you can go right to Ms. Royce's website to purchase that book. I mean, you can do it at Amazon too, but we kind of, many of us are boycotting Amazon. So yes, purchase from the website.
Yes, please.
Purchase from the website. So that is MissRoyceMartin.com. You'll learn all about her on that website, and you will see where you can purchase that book, So that, I hope that answers the question of where you can get it. I still do want all of you to enter the book drawing. I see 4 of you have done so. Go ahead and enter the book drawing. And even if you win a book, I would encourage you to also purchase one, to give it not only to support Ms. Royce, but also to give one away to a family member, a friend who may have had a similar lived experience, right? And Ms. Royce's story can certainly help them get through. So Black History Month, we're celebrating Black excellence this month, right? And so even though we celebrate Black history, every single day, the month itself is for a time for us to kind of lean in, right? Lean into honoring those that came before us, those who are yet with us, those of the future of Black history, honoring our strength, our passion, our creativity, our progress. We lean into honoring those things about us as a people. How do you see your journey, Miss Royce, as a reflection of Black excellence?
Ooh, it's one of reverence, Sue. Absolutely. I have some incredible mentors who've paved the way for me. I want to start by mentioning Dr. Burrow New, who is the publishing house for my works. She raised 8 or 9 children on a street in Topeka, Kansas that was not worthy of anything other than trouble and despair, and every last one of them are successful today. And she has taught me through that path that when you follow someone who is a good leader, it causes you to pay attention to being a good leader for yourself. I have another mentor who happens to just not be African American, but she was my 6th grade teacher, Miss Donna Brohow. God bless her now as she's going through this ugly Alzheimer's thing, and still can remember moments of when I was such a terror in her life because I loved her so much. I didn't want people to know this, but she was my 6th grade teacher, Sue, and took me in at a time when my family was just in its ratchetness. Okay. Father abusing my mother. I could go on and on and on. And she said, no, you are an A student. And let me tell you what that means. People are not always going to want to rise to the occasion. You cannot dumb yourself down. There are A students, B students, and C students in life. C does exactly what you ask him to do, and they're good with that. The B students may raise their hand a little bit. They may not. They like to follow. They don't really feel comfortable in the space of leadership, but you are an A and thrive in that. Pave the way for the youngsters behind you who may not have a voice. Be better than what people think you are supposed to be. And so Black History Month to me is about reverence, giving honor, yes, to people that are alive. I don't honor celebrities. I don't, because they're not paying my bills. Okay, Sue. Now, let me tell you something. There's some amazing people out here doing great things, and more power to them. I want to honor folks that are real, that have lived it, that walked miles in our shoes to make way so that I could have better. It starts with me, though. I have to make better choices. I have to continue to believe that in the spirit of Black excellence, that I deserve that. Okay, we've been taught we are the low of the totem pole as African-American women, and some of us with alternative lifestyles. Yeah. So we don't deserve anything. Well, I'm here to show you and tell you different. That I'm a child of God. I'm an heiress to the kingdom. Come on through. And I am going to get the mercies and graces that we do deserve.
Where is, and I know I should have put this up before, child, but this is, yeah.
Come on through.
You might need to. Will there be one to give an offering? Because these words of wisdom are just so powerful. And I know, listen, I know that they are inspiring me, and I know that it's inspiring and it's helping to set free our listeners today. You talk a lot about living life on and with purpose. Right?
Yes.
PURPOSE. Can you break down what that means and how someone can begin applying it to their lives today?
So I developed this 7-step series, which I teach in corporations. I teach in life coaching, through relationships, through friendships, and it is a platform to remind people that we do things on purpose. We sure do. Not always good either. When you change the dichotomy and the thought process of that, Sue, to live life on and with purpose, your passion for doing everything that you do, the passion, the way you treat people, your passion for lifting and not degradation, okay? That is a passion. Have the understanding that the cards are against us. Okay, so now what? We shuffle on through another path. Come on, that understanding to be real about what you feel. Address those things that are tough. Hey, sis, I've been missing you. I haven't heard from you. I haven't seen from you. We were all close and tight, and now what's going on? Talk to me. Have I done something? Have I said something? Being real about the way you feel in your pursuit to continue to move forward. As African-American women, we have to be persistent. Because they are going to tell us no. Everybody always asks me, who are they? The world, the people, those that have the power to keep you underneath them. They will tell you no. I continue to be persistent in my achievement of my master's degree. I am just as worthy of being a subject matter expert as you are in my craft, okay? I'm persistent. For you to tell me no, okay, then I'm going to knock on another door. I'm going to jump over them hurdles, and I will be where I know I am supposed to be. And so, Sue, I live on overdrive, okay? I'm not content with the status quo, okay? We live on overdrive, so much so that we are serious enough to not allow people to treat us any kind of way. We are serious enough to say, no, that doesn't set well with my spirit. We are serious enough to live above our means. I'm not talking financially. I'm talking about above what we were told we were worth. And every day, that 1% better comes from living on the edge of my seat, so much so that when I didn't accomplish what I was supposed to yesterday, my dreams are rattled, because we watch our dreams unfold when we're awake. Okay, people don't realize that. Oh, I had a dream. If it's unfolding while you watch it, you are on the edge of your seat, so much so that you will be blessed to get what you have coming, which is the greatnesses of Black excellence. So for those that were listening, I just spelled out my purpose, okay? I did that in a way for you to understand that it's a lifestyle.
Yeah. A
part of my Never Miss a Monday, and thank you for those that follow me, is a young lady who's 41-ish. She is a bodybuilder, and I'm going to give her a quick shout out, because the theme behind my Never Miss a Monday is get your ass up and do something. Now, it is relative to exercise. It's relative, though. Do not let the world pass you by while everybody is getting what they deserve. If you don't raise your hand for help, if you don't ask the question, you stay stuck. And that's what living life on and with PURPOSE does for me, is it lifts me to the elevations of never settling for less.
Yeah. If your life had a theme song, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, there are so many songs that I love, but I am a huge proponent of optimistic. The sounds of blackness. As long as you keep your head to the sky, you will win. That is my introduction song. That is an anthem for me when this world has let you down. So I'm going to put this out here too, Sue. God is my president, and we can go on and on and on about what's happening in our world today, but God is my president. And so I know that if I keep that optimistic spirit, when I keep it, I'm going to win. And I'm going to win at life. I'm going to win at overcoming. I'm going to win at being the next individual to come to your stage to tell you this is the way we got to do it. We can't live backwards.
Listen, this has been such this time went too quickly.
Oh, geez. We done already?
Yeah. It went by too quickly, so that means we have to have you come back. That means we have to have you come back.
Come on.
But before you tell us what's next for you and how we can support, I want to do this book drawing. And so if you have not done so already, put that hashtag inspire to win this amazing book from Whence I Came, Better, Not Bitter. Put it in. I want to give you another opportunity to do so. And I've already put the link inside of the chat if you want to purchase the book and support Miss Royce Martin and her work. That link is in the chat. You can go right to her website and purchase the book. All right, we're going to do our drawing.
Okay, let's go. Who am I going to bless? And I will autograph it for you and send it out today.
All right.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You already have a copy.
That's right, sis. That's right. Come on through. Come on, winner. Yes.
well, Pastor Joyce, would you mind giving your win to another listener?
See.
All right, next. Okay, we're gonna draw it again.
Thank you, sis. Keep spinning. Right on. Yes. I am so thrilled to share my works. Oh, okay.
Angie Harvey.
Hey. All right.
Angie, do me a favor, inbox me your address. I think I might have it, but inbox it anyway, so that I can get that to Miss Royce, or to send that autographed copy of the book to you. Congratulations on your win today. So, Mr. Royce, it's been such an honor and a pleasure. What is next for you, and how can we support?
Oh my goodness. So I have been super blessed to collaborate with Danette Elkins. She is AKA the Lioness. Her team of collaborators have written a book called Walking Through It. And so there is a tour, 11 cities in 8 months that we are going on. I am the keynote speaker for the Walking Through It Love Tour. We start in Jacksonville, Florida, April the 25th. Get your tickets, hit my website, find me. And we will be enlightening every city that we can get into, Sue, not only with living life on and with purpose, and from whence I came, better, not bitter, with walking through it as well, because those things go hand in hand. We have a podcast. Go ahead and check out all my socials. You'll hear us. And I am looking forward to meeting some of you, seeing some of you. I will have my books available, and you will hear my message of empowerment. Woo, I can't wait. Every city, I have something new planned, Sue. I'm excited to be that keynote speaker for this incredible tour coming up.
Oh, and we're excited about it. And spin 2 more times. All right, listen. I'm gonna put it back up. I'm gonna put it back up. So our last one, our first one, it was Angie Harvey. Let's draw again.
Okay. So did Miss Harvey say no? What do we mean?
No. Pastor Joyce said to spin 2 more times. So she's gonna make sure that 2 other people. Elder Tressa, Pastor Tressa, congratulations for winning a copy of this. Okay, make it 3. Okay. Listen, if you haven't put the hashtag in, go ahead and put it in now. You still have an opportunity Hashtag inspired. So, Pastor Tressa, please inbox me your address
Yes, please.
so that we can make sure that you get a book. All right, this is the first one. Here's the second.
All right, here we go. Oh, okay. Oh,
Okay,
yay!
Cynthia
Okay.
and Smart. Cynthia
Okay.
and Smart.
All right.
Congratulations to you. Please do the same. Inbox us, inbox me. You can inbox us on Inspire with your with your address, so that we can make sure that we get that book out to you. And here is our last. Okay, four. So we're gonna
Okay.
2 more times.
I'm hearing my Cash App drop. What? Hey, we entrepreneurs now. Sis.
All right, 2 more times, and that's it.
Yes. Ooh, okay. All right. Come on, everybody. Thank you so much for listening, for being here.
All right, Wanston, House of X Entertainment.
Okay.
Wanston, please do me a favor, inbox me with your address so that we can get this book out to you. And our last winner today. Thank you so much, Pastor Joyce,
Okay.
for sponsoring these winners.
Thank you, sis. That's it. That's it. That's it. We done, Sue. Listen, my sister running things.
This is the
Oh my goodness. Okay.
And Sheila Hill. Congratulations, Sheila Hill.
All
Do me a
right.
favor, please inbox us with your address so that we can make sure. That was it, right?
Yes. 5 total. That's it. We got it.
All right, that was it. Congratulations to all of the winners today. And I wish you continued success, Miss Royce, on everything that your hands touch and everywhere that your feet tread. Let it be successful as you purpose to do the work that the divine has called you to do. Cynthia, I just saw you put your address in the chat. I wanted you to inbox. We don't want everybody to have your address now. We want you to be safe. Inbox us, please, with that address. Inbox us with that address. Ms. Royce, thank you again for joining us today. You've certainly been inspiring, and I can't wait to see all of what you're going to do next. I will be sure to tune in to that podcast and listen.
Okay.
And anytime you want to come back and hang out with us on Inspire, you have an open invitation.
I sure will. Thank you. I want to leave my readers with something today, okay?
Yes.
I want everybody to remember to pay attention. Pay attention of just how worthy you are. And don't forget that joy always comes in the morning. That's what I want to leave you with today. Thank you so much for hearing me, listening to understand, and continuing to walk in that space of living your life on and with PURPOSE. That's what we are today. And I'm so grateful. It's a pleasure and an honor to meet you, and guarantee I'm going to show up in your city. Get ready. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you all for joining us on social media. Special shout out to those who would catch this in the replay. Until we see each other again next week, I want you to continue to be lifted, motivated, and most of all, I want you to continue to be inspired. We shall see you again next week.